Didn't Donald Trump get absolutely ridiculed for suggesting that there should be teachers trained with guns, that they should take veterans and hire them to be teachers and train teachers to use guns and put veterans in school? And because he was Donald Trump and anything he said was countered, like literally he said, cancer's bad, and everybody goes, no, cancer is amazing. What are you talking about, man? Cancer is the best thing that's ever happened to society. You're a fucking Cheeto and you're orange and you're a piece of shit. But so I remember he said this and everybody made fun of him. And then I was reading up on the articles about it, and he literally said this. He goes, and I'll say this. People go, oh, it's not a good idea. Some Harvard professor. I'm like, what the fuck? You go to Harvard? What do you know about guns in schools? Right? You go to Harvard. Okay. You're a teacher at Harvard. He's probably never been a gun on the goddamn campus besides a fucking police officer. Right. But he goes, it's not a good idea. And you're like, okay, well, what you're doing is not working. Right. Can we concede that whoever the people are going like, oh, who have just been hemming and hawing for the last fucking 20 years, what you're doing is not working. So maybe try the Trump thing. Right? Maybe it's worth just a shot. No pun intended. Because at this point, really the only thing you can do is you can't put metal detectors at every school. I guess you could, but that would be a fucking giant pain in the ass. And then you need someone to run the metal detectors, which at that point, just give those people guns, get rid of the metal detectors, and then, you're kind of living in a war zone, but this is where we are. This is where we are. But so anyways, I was reading an article, and this is from the article. It says, President Trump, this is from 2018. President Trump on Monday also defended his proposal that some teachers in schools be armed and trained in the use of firearms, saying he only wanted highly trained people that have a natural talent for shooting, like hitting a baseball or hitting a golf ball or putting, to handle weapons in schools. The president compared the skill involved in handling firearms to that required for the game of golf, where some people always make the 4-footer and some people under pressure can't even take their club back. It's a good golf reference. Washington Governor Jay Inslee, a Democrat, was critical of the president's proposal, telling him Monday that we need a little less tweeting, a little more listening on school shooting solutions, adding later on MSNBC that he wanted the president to just tweet a little less and listen a little more to the educators of America who want to educate and not carry firearms into their schools. Okay, so then look, I had a fucking gym teacher when I was in high school in Burlington, Ontario, who I guarantee you, if you go, yo, you get to take a gun to school, he'd be like, fuck yes. That guy could not be more pumped to have a gun. Look, I'm not saying arm my third grade English teacher who is 75-year-old lady. No, it's not for everybody, but get a few people on the staff. And especially this is in San Antonio. This is you have to assume tons of people are into guns there. They're just not allowed to bring them to school, probably. That's probably the issue, is they're not allowed to bring them. And then, they interview a few teachers, and some teachers are like, well, I'd be worried about, accidentally a student getting the gun and then shooting it. Maybe, I don't know, make it so that your students can't get to your guns? Don't they have, fucking thumbprint scanners and shit? I don't know.